Okay, so I'm here with Javier. Javier was on a video that we had almost 7 years ago. And I want to do an updated video so you can see how he's doing. And then we'll talk to him about what he does to keep good spine health and to keep his spine happy and in a good way. So, but first, we're going to go through and do similar corrections to what we did in the past, showing what the Schroth method is and how it works. So I haven't, right, Javier, we haven't done anything with this for, I don't know, 6 years probably.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you might be, who knows, he might be a little rusty, he might be really good at this. I don't know. Scoot forward just a little bit. So if we look at Javier's back, come over here so you can see his back a little bit. So we have a right thoracic curve right here, and then a left lumbar curve. We can tell that because his right shoulder blade sticks back just a little bit, and the muscle here on the left side is more prominent. So that's what we're going to work at correcting. So I want you to put your hands on your shoulders, Javier. So from the side, we want to get your pelvis and your trunk stacked on top. So forward there, hips back, and then we want to keep his trunk centered right over his pelvis. Elbows push out like this, hips stay back, trunk goes forward a little bit. Good. Now we're going to elongate the spine, going upward, forward a little bit here, elbows pushing out, head going tall, and we're expanding and opening. Excellent. So on this upper curve, we're going to push inward and forward and come outward and backward on the left side. Very nice. The lumbar curve, we're going to go in and forward. Big breath, expanding outward and backward. You remember this? Yeah?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Go in and forward there. Nice, perfect. Breathe both outward and backward. Keep that. Keep it, keep it. We're going to add one little thing. Hold on to this pole right here. And I want you to push down into that pole, which makes these muscles on the right side contract and pulls his spine to the right, pushing the elbows out there. And relax. Pretty good. Pretty good for not having done it for 7 years. Okay, so now that we've looked at how Javier responds to tactile cueing, which is actually pretty impressive. I literally have not done this with Javier for 5-6 years probably, and he responds really well to those cues. I went through it fairly quickly, but I do want to, I'll see if I can get those videos side by side so you can see how well he does in each of those. But I wanted to ask Javier what he feels has been helpful over the last, I mean, you've had scoliosis for longer than 7 years, right? Like 9 years, 10 years?
Something like that, yeah.
And what have you felt has been helpful in managing your scoliosis and issues that arise from that?
Yeah, a lot of it has to stem like from areas that I find very stiff. Like, as I was telling you earlier, it's just my shoulders and my hips I've noticed have like very limited mobility. So what I do is I target those areas first because I notice that the rest of my back and body is like compensating for those.
Right.
So when I target those areas in terms of movement or stretches that I don't normally do, I feel better, and then I'm also aware of like my posture so that I don't overcompensate even further or go to the point where I injure myself. And that's what I find to be very, very helpful. It's just being very active and consistently just doing that whenever either I feel stiff or just at the very least just like once or twice a week.
So do you feel like hip mobility has been pretty important?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's been like around here where like my hips have been like very like stiff. I have like very limited like external hip rotation, so I'm working on that right now. And I've noticed that's helped me out a lot in terms of like feeling a bit more light and like not by having my back like not only feel stiff but like compensate for like my posture as well in general. Also when just like carrying things as well.
And you said something that was interesting. You said that it turns out that
The spine is connected. Yeah.
The spine is connected to the hips. Surprising, right?
Yeah, and then with one side is hurting or stiff, the other side compensates for it. And
yeah. So, and I think we see that, especially in someone who's active and wants to be more active, things are going to compensate, right? You're going to find a way to do some of those things, but you might be compensating with something. So how do you feel like Schroth exercises have helped you? Because you're not currently doing Schroth exercises, but how do you feel like that helped you in the past, learning those going forward?
Just having awareness over your posture and like where your movements are. Because I've noticed that like there's a huge difference between like where you put me and like how to instruct me to move in terms of like to keep the best posture that I possibly can. And it's that awareness from the Schroth method I'm able to figure out like where maybe I'm like stiff and I should put more effort in, right? My right shoulder blade or my hips or just my upper back in general, right? Just me being aware of my body in that sense. It's like, oh, okay, I remember that I was told that like if it feels this way or it shouldn't look that way, it shouldn't feel this way, I can compensate for it using the proper exercises.
And you also said it's important to have mirrors, right?
Yes.
So that you
100%.
can see what's happening. I mean, we did that exercise in front of mirrors so that we could see, I could have him see and I could see what was going on. But it's so important as you're doing other exercises to do that. So
100%.
Cool. Any other advice for someone that may be kind of in the situation you were 5 or 6, 7 years ago? What advice would you give them now that you're an old veteran of
scoliosis? When someone gives you exercises 6 or 7 years ago, don't forget them. Don't forget them. They're usually very helpful, and it takes a while to build up that like collection of exercises that you have, and you shouldn't take it for granted. Yeah. Stay active.
That's great. Awesome. Thanks, Javier, for being here with us. And I love to see the difference between before and after. You know, he still has scoliosis. He still has to keep that in mind and work on things. And it's interesting. I don't know if you mind me talking about your recent x-ray.
We can do that.
Your recent x-ray, he actually had less curve than he had on his previous x-ray. The last x-ray that I had was a bigger curve than what I saw recently. And this was just about a month ago was when the x-ray was. So the takeaway for me is the more you focus on it, the more you're aware of it, you can control what's happening with the spine. So good work, Javier. You did awesome. So
appreciate that.
Cool. And we'll see you next time.